What is up, everybody? It is JT Sports. I am back to you guys with another video, and I'm here with my University of North Carolina Tar Heels 2021 record prediction. Going to be giving you guys my best case scenario, my worst case scenario, and my overall prediction for this year for Carolina. Now, before I get into it, make sure that you guys go ahead, like the video, and subscribe to the channel because I upload NFL videos and college football videos daily. Now, last year, North Carolina went 8-4. They had a really great season. Now, they lost a lot of talent on the offensive side of football. You lost Dommy Brown, Dazz Newsome. You lost your two talented halfbacks in the Williams duo to the NFL. So there's a lot of question marks when it comes to who's going to end up replacing those guys. Now, at running back, I'm not too worried, okay, because you have Ty Chandler. And on top of that, I'm not too worried about the wide receivers because you have Sam Howell. And when you have a superstar quarterback in college football, normally he elevates the team and the players around him. So regardless, even though we don't really know who's going to end up breaking out or who's going to end up stepping in those roles, replacing Dommy Brown and Dazz Newsome, I'm not too all that concerned about the wide receiver position because Sam Howell should make those guys, whoever's starting, better. Now, the offensive line returns all 5 starters from last season, and this was one of the best run-blocking offensive lines in all of college football. Everybody talks about how good Javonte Williams and company was last season for UNC, and we know how good they were, okay? This was the best running back duo in all of college football last year. But you do have to give a lot of credit to the big boys who make it all happen down in the trenches. Now, the pass blocking, on the other hand, definitely should improve. Their pass blocking last year was kind of inconsistent, had its ups and downs, but you have a lot of experience on this offensive line. Now, the defense should improve because their defense wasn't all that great last season, but this year, I think their defense is definitely going to take a step in the right direction. And when you look at UNC, man, this is a team that definitely is my front runner to win the Coastal this year, and this is coming from a Miami Hurricane fan. Now, you look at the schedule for UNC this year, their toughest games, in my opinion, are probably going to be against Georgia Tech, Florida State, Miami, Notre Dame, and Pittsburgh. Now, my best case scenario for UNC this year is 10-2. I think that they're going to end up losing 2 games to somebody. Don't really know who that's going to come from. I really think that they could lose to Notre Dame. I think that Notre Dame is a better team overall than UNC. Notre Dame has a really good defense. They took Cincinnati's defensive coordinator, so that defense is going to be outstanding this year. Now, at quarterback, you're going to have Jack Cohen, who is expected to get the start there. Now, the wide receiver position definitely should develop because that was the biggest weakness for Notre Dame last year offensively, was that you didn't really have a lot of consistency at wide receiver. That should improve also. And we already know how good Notre Dame's offensive line is going to be. So I think that North Carolina is going to lose to Notre Dame. I just think that that's, my lock per se. Then on top of that, I think that they could either drop a game to Miami or Pitt. Now, I think Pittsburgh's defense is going to be outstanding this year. Their offense definitely should be better. On top of that, I definitely think that it's a possible game that they could lose. But if I had to choose between Miami and Pittsburgh, which game they would most likely lose, I probably would go with Miami because Miami probably is the second most talented team in the ACC this year behind Clemson. When you look at the addition that they made in the transfer portal and you look at how much UNC lost this past, off season to the NFL draft, I think Miami is probably going to be a potential loss there as well. So I think they're going to end up losing 2 games. I think those 2 games probably are going to come to either Miami and Notre Dame. Now, when you look at my worst case scenario for UNC, I think it probably is 8-4, the same record that they had last season. Now, you look at FSU. FSU pulled off one of the biggest upsets of college football last year when they surprised everybody and defeated UNC. Now, Florida State is better than what they were last year. Still not really great. Still have a couple of years left until they get to that point of being a contender in this conference, but definitely is a sneaky game that you have to look out for, especially with McKenzie Milton at quarterback. Now, I'm not expecting McKenzie Milton to be the quarterback that he was when he was playing for UCF. At this point, I'm still in wait and see mode with McKenzie Milton, but he did have a pretty good spring game. He performed pretty well, and I've seen nothing but great things about McKenzie Milton in terms of where he is, in terms of where he was when he was in his prime for UCF a couple of years back. So I definitely think with McKenzie Milton at QB, that's going to make this game really intriguing and really interesting, to the point that there could be an upset brewing. On top of that, Florida State has been really active in the transfer portal this college football offseason. So I think FSU definitely could be a competitive game for UNC that they could potentially drop. Then you look at Georgia Tech. I've been really high on Georgia Tech this offseason. I'm buying into, what Jeff Collins is doing up there. I love me some Jeff Sims. I think Georgia Tech, although they are a fairly young team, they're going to be a really tough outing for a lot of teams in the ACC this year. And I think UNC possibly could end up losing to Georgia Tech. On top of that, I already said I think they possibly lose to Miami and Notre Dame. Those are my two locks there. And you possibly do have a competitive game out of Pitt, like I talked about earlier. So I think worst case scenario for UNC, they go 8-4 this year. I definitely think that that Miami game, that Notre Dame game are going to be two losses there. I think FSU, Georgia Tech could definitely make things hell of interesting. I'm really high on Georgia Tech, man. A lot of you guys keep saying I'm overrating Georgia Tech. You guys wait and see, man. Georgia Tech, although this is a fairly young team, they have a lot of underclassmen on this roster who are going to be starting this year. They started a lot of freshmen last year, or at least they got a lot of freshmen who got a lot of PT last season. So this is a team that is definitely going to be a tough outing for a team like UNC. So my overall prediction for North Carolina this year is going to be 9-3. Now, I definitely do see the ceiling of 10 wins being realistic, but I just think they're going to drop 3 games this year. Like I said, I think those 2 losses are probably going to come to Miami, Notre Dame. Those are my 2 locks there. And then they're probably going to end up losing to either Georgia Tech or Pittsburgh. And I think Florida State is pretty much a toss-up there. It just depends. I definitely think that you cannot overlook FSU this season. So 9-3 is my record prediction overall for UNC football. I definitely like the direction that this program is heading. And they're not too far away from ending up being a perennial college football playoff contender. Now, I know there's some questions at wide receiver. I'm not really concerned about that, because when you have Sam Howell there, he should elevate everybody, and he definitely is in everybody's talk when it comes to being a Heisman contender this year. You also look at Mac Brown. I think that he's going to end up elevating the play of some of these guys on offense. So everybody's pretty, concerned about the wide receiver position, running back, not really worried about that. On top of that, you have one of the most experienced offensive lines in this conference and also in all of college football, with pretty much everybody coming back from last year. So I definitely think that North Carolina should be 1 game better than what they were last year. They went 8-4. I think this year they win 1 more game than what they did previously, and they go 9-3. So this is my UNC football 2021 record prediction. Let me know how many games you guys think the Tar Heels will win down in the comment section down below. Also, make sure that you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel for more NFL videos and content, and comment some more teams that you guys would like me to do record predictions for and my worst case, best case scenario for. And thank you guys for watching.